Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam.
Bank, I'm robbing y'all. Phelps does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated.
Floyd Mayweather may have just made a catastrophic mistake. The boxing legend recently boasted about purchasing $42 million worth of Manhattan apartments, but official records tell a different story. No transactions appear to exist. His online claims of owning entire buildings outright now appear completely fabricated. This scandal could permanently shatter his financial credibility.
Ever. All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings.
Approaching 50, Mayweather's compulsive need to flaunt his wealth remains as strong as ever. His social media is flooded with displays of luxury, designer wardrobes, private jets, and stacks of cash. But financial experts warn this behavior isn't just excessive, it's dangerously unsustainable. Instead of building long-term security, he's trapped in a cycle of maintaining appearances, risking everything for the sake of his money persona.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old. I feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media, but people on social media do what they do best, especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it, then you got 50.
A viral clip shows Mayweather spreading cash across a table like a high-stakes poker game, fanning out stacks of $100 bills as if they're collectibles. But this constant need to physically display wealth reveals more than extravagance, it screams insecurity. True financial power doesn't need validation. The richest people in the world don't perform wealth for Instagram, their money works quietly behind the scenes.
Money made all day. Right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. Money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
While Mayweather's 50-0 record is untouchable, his fights tell a different story. Fans often admit they watch hoping to see him finally lose. His defensive, safety-first style drains excitement from bouts, and when paired with his relentless bragging, it creates the perfect storm for schadenfreude. The public doesn't root for his success, they crave his humbling. In boxing, greatness is measured not just by wins, but by the respect you earn. And that's one fight Mayweather may never win.
One of the best middleweights of all time is fighting this weekend. I didn't say greatest, I said best. I am really high on Janibek. He beats Canelo, he knocks out Crawford with ease. This guy's a monster, absolute freak. If you guys haven't watched his highlights, if you guys haven't watched the full fight, go watch him. He's fighting this weekend. Make sure you guys tune in. His last fight was absolutely domination. This should be illegal. But a lot of people ask me like, Jared, why are you so high on Janibek? What does Janibek do, or whatever the case may be? The guy is huge for 160. He's huge for 168. He debuted at 175. He's a light heavyweight. He's cutting down to 160 because Canelo won't give him the fight at 68. And 75, he's still a bit undersized. But he's a southpaw, quick hands, quick feet, explosive one-punch knockout power, insane timing, insane punch selection, amazing boxer on the inside. Probably a top 3 boxer when it comes to fighting on the inside the pocket. Probably has the best uppercut in all of boxing. Janibek Alimhanila, the monster. I hope you guys tune in this weekend to see what I've been seeing.
Floyd's financial judgment took another hit when regulators slapped him with a ban for pushing fraudulent crypto schemes. Yet the moment restrictions lifted, he dove right back into murky waters, this time partnering with Kim Kardashian on yet another questionable NFT venture. It's clear money Mayweather hasn't learned his lesson. He's simply recycling the same get-rich-quick playbook that's burned investors before.
When Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Cintratec. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months. If I win, you win.
Now, it's pretty obvious from these comments that Floyd has learned nothing after not reading the SEC settlement. So maybe that's why he tells us we can't lose by betting on it. So let's put that to the test with his last 3 NFT projects.
I'm dropping my NFT tonight. FloydNFT.com, August 10th. Go get it right now. Matter of fact, don't even wait till August 10th. Get it now. My NFT. Own a piece of my legacy. Floyd Money Mayweather.
I'm not just in 30% or 40%, full 100%. I'm behind you. I'm all the way in.
Now, Floyd's World was indeed a huge success for Floyd Mayweather, who raked in $4.9 million. But what happened to his fans? Well, they're furious because the price of this NFT has collapsed over 90%, and they angrily responded in the comments section, "You already have an NFT project. It's called @RealFloydNFT. You released it last year and then stopped working on it immediately after. Have you been punched in the head so much you're forgetting these things now?"
The boxer's money troubles read like a financial horror story, from IRS battles to being reportedly detained in Dubai over unpaid jewelry debts. These aren't isolated incidents, but chapters in an ongoing saga of fiscal irresponsibility. Each scandal chips away at more than just his bank account. They erode the credibility of the Money Mayweather persona he's spent decades crafting. The real knockout blows aren't coming in the ring, they're self-inflicted financial disasters.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Floyd Mayweather's business dealings reveal a troubling pattern, collecting payments for promised experiences that never materialize. Fans report paying thousands for meet and greets, personal appearances, and exclusive merchandise that ultimately ghosted them. A viral TikTok investigation exposed how the Money Mayweather empire often operates on empty promises rather than real value. Even his much-touted $100 million payday from the McGregor fight faces scrutiny, with financial analysts questioning whether the actual numbers match his public boasts.
What's the biggest fight you've ever had? Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever. What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
Yeah. So that worked out okay.
It did.
MMA veteran Chael Sonnen delivered a brutal truth bomb about Mayweather's current career trajectory. Floyd doesn't have a money-making problem, he has a money-bleeding problem.
The fighting legend who once chased championship glory now only chases paychecks to fund his unsustainable lifestyle of private jets, luxury cars, and flashy jewelry. Sonnen's analysis cuts to the core. Mayweather has transitioned from competing for titles to simply fighting to pay his mounting bills, trading sporting legacy for short-term cash grabs.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion, Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Floyd Mayweather's social media is a non-stop parade of wealth porn cash mountains on hotel beds, diamond-encrusted watches, and fleets of luxury cars. While he frames this as winning, financial experts like Shannon Sharp see red flags. This compulsive flexing reveals a dangerous mindset valuing appearance over actual stability. True wealth grows quietly in diversified portfolios, not in Instagram videos of briefcases full of $100 bills. Mayweather's obsession with proving his riches suggests he's still fighting for validation, not building anything lasting.
Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. He had to get the ones. Make it rain. Get ready. I need everybody. Got girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, but whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
The Mayweather brand is built on 2 pillars: unparalleled boxing skill and absolutely shameless arrogance. His infamous money over legacy declaration wasn't just a motto, it was a warning. While this philosophy filled his bank accounts, it emptied his goodwill reserves. Now, every financial misstep brings disproportionate schadenfreude from critics who've waited years to see the money facade crack. The very arrogance that built his empire may ultimately make his downfall more spectacular and more satisfying to watch than any of his 50 victories.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank, I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that, I'm gonna do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw his scenic route.
Floyd's fight against Logan Paul exposed the ugly truth behind his exhibition era. This wasn't a sporting event, it was a desperate ATM withdrawal. The YouTube star turned the tables by publicly accusing Mayweather of stiffing him on a $3 million payment, joking that TBE might actually stand for totally broke exhibitions. While delivered as banter, the accusation cut deep because it rings true. Financially secure legends don't need constant validation through social media money shows or sketchy pay-per-view sideshows.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
I remember the week before I fought Floyd, I was in my hotel room by myself with my mind about to implode.
You're about to fight arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
As an 0-1 YouTuber.
It's great that you got the job done of getting the paperwork. I got Floyd Mayweather to agree to fight me. But you gave him a respectable performance to where people walked away and it's not a gimmick anymore.
I owe Floyd a thanks. Floyd Mayweather, looking forward to receiving the rest of the money you owe me, but thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
The situation turned legally toxic when Paul threatened to drag Mayweather to court over the unpaid millions. A lawsuit wouldn't just drain Floyd's wallet, it would cement his transformation from pound-for-pound king to financial cautionary tale. These aren't isolated incidents but symptoms of a deeper unraveling. The man who once danced through punches with perfect defense now can't seem to dodge his own financial reckoning. Each new controversy paints the picture of an all-time great losing control of his narrative and possibly his fortune.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Jail time is nothing new for Mayweather. He's openly discussed how fame stole his freedom before. Yet the irony cuts deep. The man who claims to value his liberty keeps making choices that land him back in legal crosshairs. No private jet or diamond watch matters when you're staring at concrete walls. His financial antics suggest he learned nothing from past incarcerations. The same reckless behavior persists, just with bigger dollar amounts attached.
I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months.
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back.
50 Cent's revelation about Floyd's unpaid debts exposes a pattern of exploitation. When confronted, Mayweather's shameless defense, "I never asked for the help," reveals the cold calculus behind his relationships. The fighter who branded himself TBE, the best ever, now watches his legacy unravel through a haze of lawsuits, failed ventures, and burned bridges. The very ego that built his empire now fuels its destruction, with each scandal, from phantom real estate deals to stiffed business partners, acting as another nail in the coffin. The money team appears to be running out of cash and chances.
Anybody who knows Floyd knows he doesn't want to be alone. So in that situation, I was concerned about him because I went to visit him more than anyone else that he would qualify would actually visit him. And it's because I knew that he feel like this. He'll buy stuff for you to keep you around. His temperament, there's no balance. He can do anything and they still stay there because it's like
Bunch
they're
of yes
waiting.
men. Yes men, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That wraps today's breakdown. The Mayweather saga continues to be boxing's most cautionary tale. Tune in next time as we track whether the once untouchable champion can escape his self-made downward spiral. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more unfiltered sports analysis.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.